and
You do not.
it took me a while to get to number 2.
You have 3 drinks right now?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I slept way too late.
What time did you get up?
11.
That's pretty late.
But I got like no sleep this weekend, so whatever.
I guess I can put it on our faces now since we are still talking.
Yeah, I know. I like when they can't see us.
It's fine.
It's funnier.
I'm really excited for David's description if he's around today.
He better be, or else.
He better be.
Just kidding.
Yeah, this weekend you were completely and totally not in Kansas City at all.
That is a fact. I was in Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
Yes, I was honest to God hoping that you were going to sing the Oklahoma. What is it?
I don't know. We had to sing it. I should know the words because we had to sing it in elementary school for like one of those music program things. And at the end, like we all spelled like Oklahoma out with like
Oh God.
cutout letters, and then we flipped them all over and it said Nebraska on the back. I was like, that was unnecessary.
You guys were flexing on the
Yeah.
audience, like, and no one. I mean, wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
It's a hell
so
of
we're
a
like,
flex.
Oklahoma. And then we flipped them and we're like, Nebraska.
Yeah, fuck you, Oklahoma.
Right. Just so that you guys don't forget we don't live in Oklahoma.
Yeah, go Big Red. That's the most
Big
Nebraska fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Well,
It's good though.
we're weird. We're weird people.
But you're prideful people.
We are a prideful people for having nothing to be. I mean, we have stuff, but like we don't have like a protein of any sort to be prideful for.
A what?
A pro team.
I thought you said a protein. I was like, so you
We have a lot of protein. We have a lot of cows.
I was like, you don't think you have enough protein in Nebraska?
Got a lot of cows.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you have a protein problem in Nebraska, then I don't know what to tell you.
No.
That
we're
was like
good on that.
the trolls number one thing, favorite thing to say when I was talking so much shit on K-State back in the day when I cared. But I'd be like saying something, they're like, you sure do look farm fed or like corn fed or something. I'm like, huh, thank you. I think.
Thank you.
I don't think that's supposed to be a compliment, but I'll take it.
It's not. But you know what? I don't mind it. We're a hardy breed in the Midwest.
Hardy breed. That's a very nice way of saying it, yes. But the funny thing is, that's what I got in an argument with someone this weekend. I said that Texas is part of the Midwest, and they're like, no, Texas is part of the South. And I'm like, I think Texas is, honest to God, its own country. But if you had to put it somewhere, I don't see Texas being part of the Midwest, except for the fact that people always forget that the South trumps the Midwest and fat people all day long.
That is true. That is true.
But yeah, I was just like, come
But
on.
yeah, it's in the
Houston,
South.
Texas. Like Houston has been like the largest running like obese like dying city forever. So it's just like, I don't think so, sir.
I don't think so.
Fight somebody else.
Yeah, no. I think anything south. I think Oklahoma is south to me. They don't count as Midwest either.
Well,
But
they
it's
are
because they have an
different.
accent. Like the minute you get an accent, you're no longer one of us.
That's true. If you get an accent, you're out.
I don't know, like, is North Dakota, South Dakota? I don't count them. I've never considered them the Midwest, but I don't know where else they would go.
The Megakota.
I know. I mean,
Is it
like,
a
they
region
have
yet?
Dakota now. It might as well be because they don't fit in with us.
No, they really don't. And that's like, I don't know. This is what happens when there's no football on. I just get into stupid fights about regional areas.
Okay.
It's normal.
Well, yeah, that's gonna bother me.
Is it?
Yeah.
What would you
Because
consider
like
it? The
the other
North?
big one that I get bothered by is Chicago because they refuse to accept that they're Midwest, but they clearly are.
Oh my God. The funniest thing in the world is to piss off people that are from Chicago. Be like, oh, so like not New York though. And like St. Louis is like, I think a wannabe Chicago. They try really hard to stand out. I honest to God think Kansas City is one of the most like chill, not trying to be something else city. We're just trying to like bring our city back to life more.
Yeah.
I think that we've done an incredible job as a community. Our community is unlike any other, so I think Kansas City trumps all of it. Like you can have New York City, you can have Chicago, you can have St. Louis. I'm good. I'd rather be here because like all of them, I don't know. I just feel like they're all just trying too hard.
I do not like Chicago at all, so I can definitely agree with that. It is definitely trying too hard to be little New York, and the people are just meaner in Chicago, which
They're
makes no
so
sense
mean.
because you shouldn't be meaner. Like you're not as busy as New York. You can like walk across streets in Chicago. Um, I've never been to St. Louis, so I can't judge that one. I don't know. I know of St. Louis. I've
We'll
never
get there
been
one
there.
day.
We should.
I have reasons to be in St. Louis soon.
Oh,
I-70
like,
series. That could be. We could.
oh
We could.
God,
We
I
could
would
write that
never.
off.
I mean, we can,
We
I guess.
can, and you're like, no, we're not going to do that one. You don't want to
I
take me to Busch Stadium for the first time? Come on.
Cardinals versus Royals is the most irrational hatred for each other. I mean, like it's not super irrational because I get it. Like we're splitting a state, like it's a normal rivalry. But like
Right.
people go out of their way to be mad and hateful towards each other for Cardinals versus Royals stuff, and like I don't. We don't have like a storied history together, really. I mean, there's like one thing.
Really?
We
Really?
hardly ever intermingle.
Come on. It's because you're not
There's
from here.
no, I don't. I don't have any hatred towards the Cardinals.
Well, you should.
I don't.
There's
One
a,
of the TCU players played for the Cardinals for a long time.
who cares? They're
I
they're
care.
they're evil people. Like everything about St. Louis is disgusting. Like down from the fact that they are like #1 STDs. Just they're killing it in the STD game. Like I don't think that that's something like you don't even have a good food. Like your pizza is shit. I almost blocked.
Yeah, they don't have the good food.
I almost blocked me on Twitter because I tagged them. I go, "Can you get this shit off my timeline?" And I blocked it for abusive and like offensive content.
Oh
And
my
then they're
God.
like, of course I tagged them in it when I did that, and then I did it on Instagram too. So I'm blocked by IMOs on like every single platform available. But they're just a shit town, shit pizza. Oh, your like toasted ravioli is the other thing. Like really, like that's
Mhm.
just it's ew. Like there's nothing about St. Louis that is redeeming at all. Not even the rappers. The rappers are even garbage. Nelly can't even fucking pick one team to stick with.
That is true.
Not a
He's a
fan.
wishy-washy person.
So St.
So
Louis is. I'm sure there's some parts of culture that we'll find. I'm sure, but not on an I-70 series a trip. We're not going to do it that time. We'll go to St. Louis when it's like something else and not so aggressive, I guess.
Yeah, you get very fighty boys then, and like just people throwing out stats from like 1964, and I'm like,
Well, I mean, I thought like the thing that you would like the most about St. Louis fans, like you guys can all get together and hate on the Cubs.
that is true.
That's exciting. That's about it.
But I don't hate the Cubs either, so I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you, Killer.
I don't know. I got no hatred for anybody but David Price. So,
Okay, let's explain the David Price. Is it recent or you just forever?
forever hated him. He's got a stupid face, and he's got an attitude, and he's not good in the playoffs until last year was his first good year. So
Yeah.
no, I don't like David Price.
And everybody's all like thinking it's redeeming. They're like, "Oh, it's gonna be fine, you guys. Look at him. He's finally broken the curse." I'm like, no. I don't
No.
think that's it.
I hate
Yep.
you. That's all.
I hate you. It's all.
I hate you.
What do we have going on in the pre-show today? We got to find out like how the Get Wrecked con what I keep saying con, but I don't think that's what it was. I keep screwing
No,
it up.
it's not a con. It was just a LAN, which is when a bunch of people bring their own computers to one location and play the same game.
Nice.
So we had 60 players come to do the top 4 playoffs for 3 different divisions, and it was horrible.
Horrible.
The trip itself was fun. Seeing everybody was fun, but the location was not equipped for 60 people with 60 computers to be playing at the same time.
Man.
So we busted a lot of circuits, breakers,
Hell
whatever
yeah.
makes the energy flow.
Whoa.
We broke a lot of them.
Fuck
so-
yeah. Metal.
Yeah, we were so metal.
You guys are so metal breaking. So what happens when you break a computer at a LAN party?
Well, like they just had to reroute power constantly, so eventually we could only have like one match going at a time instead of there should have been like at least three, if not four matches going at the same time. So it took a long time. We got finished at like 1 in the morning, and we started
Oof.
at 9 a.m. And we didn't even get all the games. Like we had to like tell people like you're just gonna have to go home and play on the internet.
Oh
So,
no.
so, yeah, it was rough, but that was
Hey,
not our fault. That's OU's fault.
so you've been mad on Twitter all weekend about college.
Not college. Well, a little bit about college. College kids. I like you always think when you think, kids are so annoying. Like you think of like teenagers. I feel like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and teenagers are annoying, but they know that they're too young to really know everything. Like they can't even drink yet, you know?
Right. Right.
So like they understand, but then you get to college kids and college kids are like, I know everything. I took philosophy. And I'm like, oh my God.
That's incredible though.
Listening to their conversations, like, cause we were there all day, so we'd go and eat, like, whenever you had a break and like, oh, it's pretty cool. Like they have a bunch of like actual like restaurants
Okay.
and like little like outdoor cafe things and stuff. It's really, really fucking cute. But like the OU kids can use their meal plan at all of these like real life kind of restaurant type things, which is fun. But it means that I had to sit by all of them and listen to all of their awful conversations.
Yes.
And I was just like, get me out. Get me out. I need adults. And I couldn't even go out to the bars because it's OU's dead week. So all of the students are at the bars right now because they don't have class
Oh
because
no.
next week is finals. And so I'm like, oh my God.
Because I feel like you look like a college kid for
I
sure.
did I did blend. I did blend. I had the whole hat, t-shirt, athletic wear
Yeah.
look going. Um, Nobody was wearing something weird. I was looking for like whatever the college trend is nowadays. You know, like
Hmm.
they always have that one weird fucking thing that they do. And I couldn't find any. I mean, there was a lot of girls still rocking the oversized top thing.
Yeah.
But that's been like college forever. Like everybody
I just yeah.
way back when I was in school, uh, did the big t-shirt and like tiny shorts thing.
Yes, that's my favorite. I always love wearing hoodie and shorts. And then you and I both agree that the Escaho look is like the greatest thing in the world.
Yes. Love being an Esco, but like TCU's big thing was wearing tiny little baby Nike shorts and giant ass windbreakers, like for no reason at all.
Like this kind of like hammer time windbreaker we got here.
Yeah, exactly like that. But they all had sorority ones. And they wore Sperry's for no reason with athletic wear.
I'm just really excited for you to see this.
I'm excited to see it. Oh, you put the hood on the bun.
Hmm.
It looks good. Leave it up.
Okay.
I like it.
I look like a
You look like
potato.
a little bit like a fancy potato
Like
though,
a
at a place
really
that
big.
wraps them in gold.
And I was like, okay, this is a little. Whew, I look very nice.
So
Hmm.
funny. I like it. Look like a cone head.
I am a cone head. My head's so freaking big.
It is big, but you found a margarita to fit your head.
I did. It was a Long Island,
Oh,
and I was really proud of myself. And um, that was it was the Long Island Icy with Sailor Jerry's, and I couldn't imagine why anybody would pay money to drink Sailor Jerry's. Like I know that it's cheap at times, but like you drink it once and you just never want to do it again.
yeah. I can believe that.
I was just So I wasn't a big fan. I had one drink, but Jess was she was dying of stomach pain like halfway through it. So we just were like, we're too old for Sunday Fun Day. That's what we figured out.
It's funny.
That's
So
cool.
where did you get it from?
Hula hands in 08 though.
Oh,
People thought
oh
that I
yeah.
was like on like so many people are like, when did you leave for vacation? And I'm like, what are you talking about? They saw like all the seafood. They saw the weird like outdoor patio with like lights and stuff in the background, but they didn't really see anything else. And
Right.
then they saw the weird bathroom picture that I posted on every single social media platform humanly imaginable because I was like,
Hmm.
look how cute I am. And then so like people just thought I was on vacation, and then somebody was like, "Where are you?" Actually, oddly enough, it was Eric Stone Street's sister that was like, "Are you in the bathroom on Survivor?" And I was like, "No, don't tell anyone. I'm
That's
actually
so
in the
funny.
Houlihan's bathroom in Olathe." So
That's beautiful. You and Jess at a Houlihan's is probably the last place I would have expected. So I understand them thinking that you're on vacation.
well, and that's the thing. Like in college in Manhattan, I know that you were only there with me for like a really like hot minute, but the place that we would all meet up was Houlihan's. Like all of our friends worked there, and so the managers would just like constantly give us free shit, and so would our friends. And so we like ate soup and salad, like it would like kings and queens for summers on end, and we would always
That's
hang out
awesome.
there just because it's like it's the easiest job to just be like, yeah, they had salad and soup and stuff. It's cool. Oh, they had a coupon for this, whatever. And so I feel bad admitting that. I'm sorry, Houlihan's Manhattan. I didn't, but then at Houlihan's and Olathe, the girls ordered Vegas bombs, and I was like, ew, no, please go away. They still gave me one, so I was like, I'll hold it up for a cheers. I tried a sip of it. They put no Red Bull in it. They didn't, and it was just Crown, Grenadine, and peach schnapps all mixed together. It was the
What?
grossest thing I've ever had in my life.
Ugh.
So
Why? Like, that's not what a bomb is. Like, don't you have to have Red Bull or some sort of like fizzy thing in it?
yeah, that's kind of what makes it that. So yesterday was a weird day. I also
Okay.
had a server try to steal my credit card number after I paid my tab and had already left. They called me back and were like, or I Jess was still there, and they called and were like, hey, the server said that she charged you too much. She's just gonna void it and then rerun it for the right amount. And I was like, wait, why are you gonna void it and rerun it? She's like, oh, she could take your card over the phone.
Yeah, not sketchy.
And then I was like, no. So I came back there, even though I wasn't planning on it. I was like already tired enough. And I was like, okay, kids, what the hell's going on? And then they're like, oh, well, we already voided it. And I was like, okay. And then they tried to run my card again and it got declined because it's like fraudulently locked. I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything till Sunday or till Monday. So I'm just like,
Right.
what the fuck? So they're like, well, we're going to have to keep this here. I'm like, keep the fucking card. I'll get a new one tomorrow.
Right. I'll
Like,
just cancel that
I
one.
cannot
Thank you.
believe you guys. So yeah, I was a little bit on edge about that. So I woke up and I already had like a trifecta of anger. So I was like, I gotta zen it out. So that's when I decided to watch Game of Thrones. But you know,
Yeah, and was that said?
no,
No.
you saw the show note DMs.
I
It
did.
started
I
a range of emotions, and we can get to that when we start going into Dim Thrones talk.
Dim Thrones.
But we yeah. So this whole thing, it was just like, what a weird fucking weekend.
That is very weird. So neither one of us properly celebrated. You went out at least, but you did not go for Mexican. So we are bad Americans taking over a Mexican holiday.
Yeah, we went out. I was all out all day long Saturday, and went out to Quaff. Ran into like all these people that
What is
have
the quaff?
the Quaff is a bar down on 10th and Broadway.
Okay.
It's like one of the oldest bars, KC. A lot back in the day, a lot of Chiefs players used to hang out there. So a lot of like jersey chasers, whatever you want to call them, cleat chasers. They were always there, and so sorry, my voice sounds like fucking raspy. I just noticed how I sounded like a Mexican drug madam.
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 A little bit.
Madam. And so we were down there, and I honest to God, was just hanging out with my friend, and I ran into my friend that had moved to Australia and
Hmm.
was coming back into town, and I was supposed to meet up with her, and I hadn't made any plans. I was like, oh shit, what are you doing here? So that was
Convenient.
really cool. And then ran into Jen Nussbeck, of course, because she's everywhere, every charity event. But it was a
Yeah.
fundraiser for Noah's bandage project that I accidentally went to.
Okay.
So I won a dinner at Seasons 52, which I fell asleep and didn't respond to you about what it was last night. And I assume that you probably found Google.
I haven't looked yet, but I
It's
could.
well,
Yes.
no, I think you'll love it. So I'm gonna take your fine ass to Seasons 52.
Hell yeah.
We'll just eat our way continually into tourist season. We're just going all in on it,
Yeah.
and then we'll get ready for bipolar time with the Gemini season coming up. It'll be great.
Oh gosh, I can't wait. When does that start?
Into May.
Okay, we have some time.
We have a lot of shit going on in May, and so that's why I'm just like we gotta like buckle down. So that's why I was gonna take this weekend off and just stay in.
And she didn't. Spoiler alert.
I was
Can you
out
post
all over the
spoiler?
fucking city. Like
You were.
I don't even know why.
I don't know. It was cool though. I'm
I'm like, all right,
jealous.
no,
You just bopped around like, boop, I'm at this party now. Did you watch the Kentucky Derby? Is that what the intent of the party was, or was it a party that happened to be on the same day as the Derby?
it was a party that this woman throws Jan Stevenson, I believe. Jan Stevenson.
Hmm.
And she throws this party every day or every year for opening
Every
day.
day.
Every day she has a party. Should go to her house immediately. She throws a party for the opening day ceremonies every single year, and but it keeps getting earlier and earlier. So this year she was out of town, as most people are in March, because
Hmm.
it's like the most insane month ever with like spring break, and that's like a huge vacation month. Even if you don't have kids, like sometimes aunts and uncles will just like join vacations just because that's the only time that people have or whatever.
Right.
So I was just like, whatever. March is super busy. I totally get that. She's like, well, why don't we do something closer to May? But okay, so we got all these away games. So the Royals didn't really have anything going on. Like there's a ton of stuff going on in April where they had nothing but home games and all this other stuff. And so she's like, well, I guess May is gonna. And she's like, oh, the Derby, because like you go any further back, it's Mother's Day weekend, and then it's like the biggest graduation and like party weekend and wedding weekend
Right.
too, and that May 18th weekend, that day. So she's like, okay, let's do it. And so she collaborated with this woman from the Royals. She works with Royals Fan Fest, and her
Hmm.
name's Amanda. And she was fundraising for, I believe her, I think she's running for something. I can't remember the full details. Like I said, I stumbled into this. If I would have known what was going on, I would have like done more research. But I was just like, "Oh, hey, everybody! People that I know from
Right.
all over the place. Awesome!" And then the people that we were with were like, "How do you know more people here? Like, we only knew like two people. We just got invited here, so we decided to come here instead of stay home." And I was like, just because we were out all the time for a couple years and met all these people doing so many different fundraising things. You remember all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was not that surprising to run into that. But Jan works down at the Marriott. She's very high up in the Marriott. So I was like, I'm staying at the Marriott coming up soon. So let's do it. And she's like,
Right.
oh my gosh, what do you want in your room? I was like, what? So I was making
Oh,
new friends that I'm going to be best friends with forever,
that's
obviously.
awesome.
Yeah, but it was really cool to see her getting all these people together, raising money for a good cause. They like did playing catch with Danny Duffy was one of the silent auction items.
Hmm.
Batting practice with the Royals was one of them. There's a whiskey and chocolate tour at Panache that I really want to go on.
Panache.
Yeah, it's a chocolatier. It's one of the oldest chocolatiers in Kansas City. Um, it's super fancy. We
Yeah.
have to go there. You will love it.
I can't wait. Does
Uh,
chocolate and whiskey, do those pair well?
I think
Is that a
so
thing?
because I think it's like the bitterness and dryness and of the whiskey, and then chocolate's just like so super sweet. They also do like custom chocolate drinks and stuff, so it's like
Okay.
it's super like gourmet and super, I don't know, what is it, rich or like gluttonous. I have
Bougie.
bougie. Yeah, this that was the theme of this weekend though. Was just like fucking bougie,
I know.
and
In
I'm
your camo skirt.
yeah. I got politely asked before going to the derby party, "Are you going to change?"
I love that one. That one's like the biggest hurt, I feel like. Like that, or is that what you're wearing? They mean the same.
And
Or
like,
are you ready?
are you gonna get ready? And I was like, "Oh, is that your way of saying that you don't like me looking like a stripper?" Um, I could make it worse.
True.
So I ended up wearing this super cute, like flowy, green dress. And
Okay.
then that was later, but then I did like 3 outfit changes that day for no reason.
I was gonna
Uh,
say that one never got shown. I didn't ever know what you changed into. It was just like he asked me to change, and then did it happen? We don't know.
we don't know. Did I change? Well, that's the thing. So I put on the camo Sprots steak shirt because that's like the first shirt I grabbed when I got in the car and just getting packed, and then some jeans. But I never changed shoes, so I was just wearing Lacoste slides the entire time. And so
Oh
I'm
my
just like
gosh.
my feet are just tired of them, and I have like tan lines now. It's cool. But so then then after the derby party, I changed into the green dress, and then that's the one that I was wearing yesterday when I was out and about with Jess.
Okay.
But it was messy, and then I had another outfit I was wearing before with tie dye. It was a bougie freaking weekend, and it makes sense because that's what the planets told me were going to happen.
Well, what the planet said.
That's what the planet said.
Speaking of planets, you tweeted that you sent an entire astrological review to somebody.
I'm hiding
Uh,
behind this microphone.
yeah. Did they appreciate waking up to that? How did that go?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
You can't see me. Shut. Can you see me? Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck my
Yeah,
life.
yeah. I see boobs and an eye.
Just like one eye, just like
Just
a.
one eye
Just
creeping.
like, you totally. I did. It happened a lot this weekend. Anyone I talked to, I would just be like, "So you want to know why you're such a bitch?"
Oh my god.
No, I didn't. I didn't go that far. I didn't go like, "You
No,
want to know
but
why
that
you're
would
such
be
a
a good
bitch?"
one. Like if somebody was being an asshole, like just send them their star chart for the day or something.
Well, and that's what we did. So then when I found Sydney, and I haven't seen her in so long, I'm like, I love you so much. I'm not letting you leave my side. And she's all like, I gotta pack up. I gotta go to Cinco de Mayo in Chicago tomorrow. I gotta drive. I gotta leave at 6 a.m. And she was all stressed. And I'm like, fine, I'll hang out with your mom. Because I love her mom. Jenny is the greatest woman in the world. And so her and I proceeded to get like shit faced, and just yell. And like Ginny is the most strong, incredible role model, and like she's who I want to grow up to be, because she
Okay.
had her daughter at a really young age, and when she was married, and then she went on to just basically be this bomb executive of this very very well-to-do company, and she just kills it. And everything that she has is amazing. Like she's just been like bougie as fuck forever. But they used to live down the street from me growing up, Shawnee Mission East. So Sydney and I met in college randomly when she found out that her dog was named Gracie and my dog was named Sydney.
Oh my gosh, that's
It
hilarious.
was the weirdest fucking thing. And so
That is so weird.
I was, because she goes, "Hey, I'm Sydney." I'm like, "That's my dog's name." She goes, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Gracie." She goes, "Hey, that's my dog's name." And we're like, what? And I hate to
What?
break it to you, I was stoned as fuck when it happened. So we thought it was a sign from God that we were supposed to be friends forever.
Well, it worked out.
Yeah, and she's a world traveler, and you never know when you're gonna see her. And she's been kicking ass. She does seasonal work. She's a fucking lumberjack. She was down in Australia, like clearing the fucking bush, just like
Oh my
out there,
gosh.
like with fucking dingoes and shit and sharks. And she's like, every time I saw her in college, she'd have a different injury because she was just like fucking. She was an athlete in high school, and like a three-sport athlete, and was just constantly having broken bones and just a disaster of a human. She still is. Still is. But it's just a miracle that she's made it this far. And she told me the greatest story of all time. And I feel like, because I don't think you've met her, have you?
I did, yeah,
Oh,
once.
it was
At
she?
Sprots she came.
Yes. Yeah, but she
Mhm.
was being really weird.
Well, yes,
She was on a
but
bunch of drugs. Oh, everybody knows she's a fucking, yeah, it's cool. I'm assuming she doesn't care that I say this, so I'll just maybe shut up. There's a lot of weird stuff going on in Sydney's life. We'll just put it that way.
yeah, she didn't make it past out of the hotel of Sprotsmith, but we did hang out for a while because we were at the hotel for like 4 or 5 hours before we actually went out.
That's
But
true. And we just kept getting the people called on us.
yeah,
The security, not the people, the security.
the security at the hotel that was fucking broken anyway.
Yeah, the entire hotel was garbage, so I wasn't too worried about it. But no,
Yeah.
just Sydney is just a different human being. She always has been, and she, can hang out with people that don't have electricity. She camps on the side of the road. She'll drive to Canada, like the very top of Canada, and just like be as far north as she possibly can be. She's just always been like a nomad. And so I guess when she was up in Manhattan seeing everybody, because she likes to come back in town when she's like off her big job for the few weeks and come back and say hi. And I didn't know that she was back. And so she was in Manhattan with her brother who just graduated. And they like were driving down the side of a road, like exploring like their old like hangouts, because they would go down and like go paddle whatever the fuck you do in a creek or river. And there's a roadkill in the middle of the road, and she swerved to miss it. She's like, "Oh, I wonder what that was," and just gets out of her car. And I'm like, What a fucking weirdo. Why would you get out of your car to look at roadkill? And she's like, oh, it's cool. I just wanted to see what it was because, like, I thought I saw some really, like, intact teeth. And I go, by driving by a dead animal, you
What?
saw their teeth? Yeah, this is so fucking bizarre. And she's like, yeah. So I got out of the car and I was like, hey, I think that, come on, Max. And he's like, no. And Max is just like disgusted. Like Max has like every Yeezy that's ever come out. He's very
Gosh.
preppy, like super do not touch me. He's very preppy kid. Um, and so Sydney's like, oh, it's cool. I got my hatchet. Takes her hatchet out of her car, goes and
What?
it's a raccoon, and she wants the skull of the raccoon, and it's like partially decomposed, and the hide on its back is still like attached to its spine. So she just tells the story about how she hacks the head off and has to have her brother help hold the body down while she's chomping away on this raccoon head because she wants the
What?
skull. Yeah, yeah. And then she puts it in a fucking plastic bag, double bags it, sticks it in an ice cooler, and just continues on down the road. And she can't wait to start on her project of bleaching and cleaning a raccoon skull. What the fuck?
Oh, Sydney.
These are my friends. These are the people that I've had in my life surrounding me for all these years before I met you. And people wonder why I'm fucking
That's
weird.
yeah. People do wonder. I'm just kidding. No, Sydney is seriously like I said, I only met her for a few hours that one night, but she was probably the coolest person I've ever spoken to. So that this does not shock me at all, but
Isn't it the weirdest
I'm
shit you've
still
ever
stuck
heard?
on why. Like, why is that happening right now? But
What?
it's extra like freaky to me because I just watched last night that new Ted Bundy movie,
Oh shit! I
and
forgot you did. You were telling me about that.
at the end, well, I can't even ruin it, but
Now, we all know what happens with Ted fucking Bundy.
well, no, it's specific to this movie. It didn't actually happen in real life. It was just
Oh,
for dramatic effect. Uh,
spoiler alert! You can close your ears and fast forward.
yeah, fuck it. I don't care. You can fast forward if you don't want to know. It didn't happen, so like I'm not really spoiling anything. But in the movie, at the very end, like the girl, his girlfriend, was like, "You have to tell me what happened to this girl's head, the one that he cut off, like the only one he cut off,
Oh no!
of his victims." And like he wouldn't tell her over the phone in the jail, but then he wrote it on the divider thing, the glass. He wrote it under his breath, hacksaw, that he hacked her head off and took it. And so like that's like exactly like
Ew!
here's Sydney just hacking this head off this animal. I'm like
Yeah, I can see that.
Sydney a serial killer. No, I'm just kidding.
I think she would have to like have more anger towards people. She doesn't like. There's
She
no
doesn't have
people
emotions
anger.
towards people, yeah.
No, she just kind of just chills out.
Yeah. No, I don't think Sydney's a serial killer.
I think she's a serial killer for sure.
Well, I was reading this note. Somebody said so she'll survive the apocalypse, and the preppy dude will be chum. Yes,
That's
Max
very
will
true.
be chum, and Sydney will be the one to out survive us all.
Sydney would
For
be
sure.
the number one. Like people always ask, like if you were stuck on an island, who would you want to bring? And like, of course, I want to bring somebody I can fuck, right? So, I mean, it's kind of like a rogue choice, but I'm like, honest to God, if push came to shove, I know that Sydney wouldn't like let us live there very long. We'd probably get off the island and like I could go back to whatever I was doing. But I'm just like, I could live on an island if it was somebody that was like, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't want to have sex with somebody on an island. Maybe I just want to be like somebody that's like leaves me the fuck alone and just builds things.
Well, I mean, like, no matter what, if you're gonna be trapped with this person, you're gonna eventually have sex with them, whether they're hot or not, when you brought them to the island.
True.
So definitely somebody useful. Like, I don't know if a geek would be more useful, because like, or like
They
an
would burn in
inventor.
the sun.
Well, yeah, but like they could like invent things to
Yeah,
like
if somebody like knows how
like
to
Elon
craft it,
Musk could figure out some shit on an island.
for sure.
But then I don't know, because they don't have access to computers at that point. So maybe just somebody strong to build stuff, like you said.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like you could go nerd route, but like they might come up with something you wouldn't even think of. But then again, they might just burn in the sun and die.
Okay. So like you know Ty Pennington, right? From back in the day?
That's such a weird fucking jump, but okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Would you take Ty Pennington or would you take Elon Musk? Neither. Well, I mean, Ty's kind of attractive, but he's dumb and annoying.
Hey
Or
guys, I bought you this house that you can't evade the taxes on. You're gonna
right, but
go
at least
evicted.
he can technically build, although the show was a farce. Like he can build stuff, and he's cute and sexable at the time. I don't know what he looks like now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking like 1995 Ty Pennington or
Ooh,
whatever this was.
the one that looked like Mark McGrath.
Yes, that one. So you can have
Would.
him who could build and is attractive, or you can have Elon Musk who's smart and maybe could figure something out, but he looks like a worm. Which one are you
I'm
picking?
sorry, the way that you just put that, I don't know why I would pick Elon Musk at all, but he looks like a worm.
Worm.
He looks like a worm. Now I have to give a tie. No matter how smart Elon is, I would literally be like, shut the fuck up. He would figure out how to tweet before he figured out how to get us off the fucking island.
Probably true.
If people found out he was on an island, they would bomb it. So I don't really want to be on it.
Okay, that's fair.
I sound like an
And
old truck driver today, and it's really bothering me.
hey, pretty lady.
Hey, how you doing? Maybe that's why I have my tits out, so people know that I'm not a guy.
You don't look like a guy.
I do. I look like MC
Even
Hammer.
if you didn't have them out. You do look like MC Hammer a little bit.
I dig
Like,
it.
did MC Hammer have a blonde wife? I feel like he's the type that would have.
Well, I'm just trying to gear up for. God, I can't believe I just said that. I'm
Mhm.
just trying to gear up for the '80s bash that we're having next weekend.
Oh yeah, I need an outfit for that still.
Windbreakers and dresses done.
Perfect. So, well, we'll talk about that later, I guess.
Well, now let's plan our outfits out right now.
Oh my god, no, that's not what I was going with.
I was hoping so because I just want to talk about
We
clothes.
are not planning our outfits right now. I feel like we got lost in half of the Sydney story. Like we went off on Sydney, but I feel like there was something else that came before Sydney is what I was trying to think
There's
of,
something
but I
that came
might have.
before Sydney, but it's not part of the story.
Oh,
That's funny. It was funny. It's not true. But no, like Sydney she's just a weird person. So it's like to see her, it's like, of course I'm gonna go with her. And so then she's like, well, I gotta pack for my trip. I was like, all right, let's go pack for your fucking trip, whatever. And she had to do all of her laundry and do all that stuff. So her mom and I are like, fuck this, let's go get margaritas. So we
right.
go get margaritas, and Ginny is just, like I said, she's a boss bitch. She's raised this nomad of a child. She's incredibly smart and educated, and she's got just like, it's got a great life. She's like, I'm a mess, and I'm like, so am I, Ginny. She's like, yeah, but at least we still get shit done. It's like, exactly. So we're in Ponax, and she roasts me because I called it Poniacs. I do it all the time, just because it looks
Ponax is what it is.
Ponax, yeah.
Ponax.
But I
How's
call
it
it
spelled?
Ponaks. Ponax. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean it's pretty obviously phonetically Ponax, but I, for the love of everything, I swore it was Poniacs for the long. I don't know why. I don't know who told me that. Probably my dad, just to screw me up, and so that's why I always called it that. Have you heard it, Ponax or Poniacs?
Never heard of either one of those,
Oh.
so that's why I was like, how is it spelled? Because I don't know.
Well, I went there for the
So
first
now we
time
know.
not that long ago. I think it was a couple summers ago. It's not like something that I really like cherished, because I like more like white queso and like over the top amount of like carbs and just ridiculous amounts of like seasoning on all my Mexican food. So I like more like the coastal Mexican food, and they don't really have that. So I was like, okay, well, this is still good. Like it's delicious, whatever. But we were
Right.
there on the Cuatro de Mayo. So
Quattro de Mayo.
but she kept calling it Cinco de Cuatro.
Nope, that's not how. Well, I mean, I guess it is because that's the 5th of May in Spanish, or like 5th of 4, 4th of 5th.
That's fifth of four.
Cuatro de Cinco, right?
Cinco de Cuatro.
Okay, then yeah, she said it back. I feel like if she said Cuatro de Cinco, it would have worked out because that's the 4th of 5. Which
Yeah,
would be month
because the
5.
way that they write it, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
five.
Okay,
And then
so
yeah,
she's wrong. either way.
She's
Okay.
wrong. I don't think I don't think it was anything that she was trying to like, really sound smart about. But so we're there, and then she was like, "Oh my God, they're not serving us. We need a menu. We need a menu, and we'll just go to another table, and then somebody else has to serve us." Because it was taking a ridiculously long time. But come on, it's late, and we're just literally stumbling in here hoping that they have food because you
Right.
forgot to feed me. No, we just started talking, and like the
What
food
does
was
that
all
sound
gone. Yeah, I know.
like? Carry on.
Crepes. 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 You got some
Oh,
crepes?
you haven't eaten in a day? Here's a crepe.
With
Thank
some
you.
sugar.
Fucking thank you.
This is the greatest. Thank you so much, Gat. You're the best.
uh,
Whatever.
now go get jabbed with a needle.
That was also great planning. Yep, I'm very smart. But yeah, so we were just there, and she goes, She's like pitching a fit, and I go, Jenny, sit the fuck down. And
Okay.
and no one ever talks to her, like literally. And Sydney had joined us at this point because she had gotten done whatever she was doing, and
Packing, being
packing,
responsible for
whatever.
once.
Shut up. We're busy. We're the fun ones.
Okay.
We're the fun ones.
Sydney, the Debbie Downer. That's what she's always called.
Yeah, that's what she's always called. What a boring human being.
As she
Hacking off.
flies off to the fucking wilderness. Like,
Yeah, she's gonna be living on an island for the summer, and she's debating staying there in the winter when it like goes down to only 200 people, and it's like frozen and you can't go anywhere.
of course she is.
Yeah, very weird. But so yeah, no one ever talks to Jenny like that. And Sydney heard me say that, and her jaw just dropped. She was like, and Jenny just goes, I was like, holy shit.
Oh my gosh.
Whew. I was nervous.
Dodged a bullet.
And she's like, you're right. It was amazing.
Just sit the fuck down.
Yeah, so I
Debbie.
got menus from the guy, and I got our order in, and she was like just speechless. I was like, oh, you can't complain for once.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
But that's how their relationship is. So the roasting and everything else is just kind of funny. But they had to go. I think they had another party to go to. I think Jenny just parties. She has so many friends and so many interesting friends that are all like these incredible people and all these incredible women. I'm just like, what? I want to be friends with all of you. But they do everything in Kansas City. Every single event, holiday, whatever, some sort of spectacle, they always have a massive party going on. So it's like, we just really want to be friends with you. And they have a
Heck
pool.
yeah. I love pools.
Then my other friend that I found out has a pool, like a Grecian pool that's like tucked away in the middle of nowhere.
What?
At this apartment building. So like everybody was just like talking about their like fabulous residences, and I'm like, we have a community pool that I'm not allowed at because it's too far away from the house and there's too many people. Cool.
That's so funny.
I want a
What
pool.
the hell? I want a pool.
We just need somebody to just donate to Sprots Hates Gets a Pool, and then
For real.
we'll just like build a pool house and make it our studio.
Well, Kansas City legitimately has like a lack of public pools. Like, not that I would want to go to that anyway, but there just really aren't that many. Like you said, you have one near you, but you can't go to it because you're like out of the bounds.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And like, I don't want to swim in a public pool. Like, I'll go, like you said, like I'd rather go to somebody's house. And so we are available to come to your pool if you live in Kansas City and you're not like gonna murder us. Then please invite. Yeah, preferably don't murder us. And if you do, please don't use a hacksaw. Like, whatever the fuck show you were watching.
Ted Bundy.
Ugh, too much. So we would like to decorate your pool. That's what we'll say.
Yeah.
Let us be pool
Let us
decorations.
be the accessories to your pool.
If you're, I heard the new thing in Kansas City area is to do real estate shoots like MTV Cribs. There's this guy that does this. I was talking to Hannah that works at Olathe Lincoln, and she was like, yeah, this guy borrowed one of our cars just to do this like entire cool video shoot of this house where he's like, check out the fridge, this is where I keep all this, and then he would like go to the closet and there'd be like one pair of shoes and be like, this is my crazy collection of shoes and this is where you can keep all of this. And I'm like, what a genius fucking idea.
That is pretty smart. And so and then he sells the house.
So
was
he
pretty
like
smart.
makes up like a mock MTV Cribs thing and does like the staging and all that, and then tells them like, Kansas City, getting original. I dig it.
That is pretty cool. I would buy that house if I saw that, like over a house that is just like, here's a picture.
But
I hate those like those 3D like view things of like houses and stuff because like
oh, the ones that make you like dizzy.
yeah, they make you dizzy and they're always distorted and you're like, this room looks like it's 18 feet wide and it's like a 4 foot room. Like
Yeah, and they make it look like it spans this whole area and it's like super light and it's just like light roomed. They just
yeah,
edited it.
I hate that.
It's just
Oh,
stupid. It's false representation. Don't do that, Kansas City real estate or any
for
real
real.
estate
Any real
anywhere
estate.
you
That was
go.
a pain in the ass to have to like, because I was buying a house or I was buying an apartment, I guess at the time, from North Carolina. So like I've never been to Kansas City. I'm literally buying this blind, which I agree most people probably are not doing.
Probably not.
Most people are not buying some place to live from across the country, but I was. And like I had no idea. Like I winged it and I mean the place I ended up getting was okay, but it definitely was not as great as it looked online.
Well, and like, how are you supposed to be coming in from town knowing like if you can trust this place or not? Like, if you can like if they're good people, if you're especially if you're doing it just online,
Yeah,
it's
no, you
difficult.
have no idea. And I mean, luckily, I picked well. Um, I had somebody tell me at the time that Johnson County was the place to go, and they were correct, at least for your first dip into Kansas City when you don't know where you are. Um, so like I stayed over there because I could have bought something like in freaking the wrong part of Kansas City. I don't know, KCK. Ugh.
Olathe.
Yeah, I could have ended up in Olathe.
But at least they do have good. At least they have good bathrooms to take selfies in and make it look like you're on tropical vacation.
It was believable. Well,
I've
wait, that Houlihan's is not in Olathe.
yeah, it is.
The one by the mall?
No,
Oh,
mm-mm.
then I don't know where you were. So
It's
you're
a
on vacation with me.
secret. It was a secret. No, you asked me about my star charts. I've annoyed everyone in my life this weekend, and I think it's incredible. I like told somebody their star chart for like 20 minutes yesterday.
Were they into it or not?
Yeah, they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You're so cute." And I was like, "Thanks. I'm an
That doesn't
astrology
sound
freak."
into it. What the
They
fuck
were
is wrong
super
with you?
into
Maybe
it.
if I tell her she's pretty, she'll shut up.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Thanks. No, yeah, I have this problem of sometimes I get really high and then I get to the point where I shouldn't drive so I don't. And
Good.
it hits on it just like hits on me. It hits you really quickly and you're just like shit. So I'll just pull over and I just sit in a parking lot and I'll like catch up on emails, catch up on tweets, most likely catch up on memes more than either of the other two.
Yeah.
And so I knew that they were driving and I was like, just call me and they're just like, okay. And literally star chart for 20 minutes. I was like reading it and I was like, what was your birth time? He's like, oh, I was like, yep, that's what I thought. So I did that twice this weekend. The first time it worked out really well. And they were like, wow, that's really interesting and very introspective. And then like I kept going throughout the day and people were like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's a Leo thing. I'm like, you're such a Leo. And then Jenny told me to shut the fuck up because she didn't understand what that meant. And it was really it was funny how astrology like was just like weirdly winding through my whole weekend when I said, I was just like, it's Taurus season. I'm going to stay in and sleep. So
Clearly, you did that.
I went out and harassed people with star charts.
Hey, you know what? It's something you like, and you should share it with the world.
So that's where I am. I got to a point where I thought that I needed to talk to you and maybe everybody else about this. I considered, this is where it gets a little bit intense, going
Okay.
to a school to actually learn about this stuff, like properly.
Where is there a physical school, or you learn online?
It'd be an online school.
Okay,
And I'm
I
just
would
like,
do it.
I'm just
I,
considering it.
I mean, it depends. Like, I know that the information is out there very well, but I also know that having the discipline to like study that without having somebody to hand it to you is hard.
Hmm.
Not hand it to you, but like set like like a school teacher does, obviously.
Right.
But
And keep you
no,
accountable.
Yeah, there we go. I was like,
It's okay. I
no,
can put the
I think it's a
potato thing
great
back
idea.
on.
Yes, cook yourself.
That way you're focused. Look at the shiny
Uh,
object.
uh, I support it. I studied it pretty deeply. Well, it was probably like 10 years ago, when I was trying to fight with my mother because she was on me because I had quit the Catholic Church, and she was like, "Fine, you can quit, but you have to find a religion." And I was like, "Cool, Buddhism," which is not a religion, by the way. I found that out though while I was studying. Um, and Buddhism led into this chat room that led into astrology. And that's how I got into it in the beginning. So I think it's super cool. I'm very interested in it. I never learned how to do star charts. That is way too much math and calculations for my taste. But you are super into it and haven't. It's not like a flash in the pan kind of thing. Like, this has been something you study every day, or at least look at every day. I guess you're not studying it yet. But
Yeah, but that's like where do you draw the line? Because Steve Lusk, as much as I love you, sir, called me astrology girl this weekend, and I was like, oh, I'm an astrology thug. How dare you?
ugh.
An astrology thug. Yeah, I like the stars, but I'm mean too.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
That's so funny.
That was my Gemini moon acting up.
No, but it is like your thing. Like we talked about, like probably way in January. And you're like, I need to find a thing. Well, I meanly told you to get a fucking hobby, and you did.
Why
But
was
you've
it?
been,
Because I was on memes too much.
yeah. When I was getting memes to accounts that were so far private that like I'd request it and they wouldn't even approve it for a week, I was like, get the fuck away from me.
They had to vet you. They had to make sure that you were part of the meme culture.
I don't even get that. Like,
No, it got really bad because I was not doing anything, and I ended up getting hobbies, but they were just collecting men, and it just got messy. And then I stopped doing that. In 2019, no more
no
collecting
dating,
them, no
no more
dating,
collecting.
nope, none.
No,
Just
but you're what?
I'm
Just
happy.
what? Just
I'm
what?
just nothing, nothing. That is just my opinion.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
Remember this episode in 6 months when we talk about it again, listeners. Uh,
Mm, yeah, can't wait.
when
Six
we're doing
months.
our 2019 recap.
Oh, come on. I just want to live my lie as long as I can.
No, you're not dating though. It's
I'm
true.
not. I am not dating anyone specific.
Not one person.
I'm not dating any humans, or things. I'm not dating. I am existing. We are all just existing. It's fine.
No.
I need to get this hood off of me. It's making me weird.
Did you call it a helmet?
I said I need to get this hood off of me.
Oh, I
It's
thought you said I
making
need
me
to get this
weird.
helmet off of me. I was like, okay.
It's my space helmet.
It looks like one.
It did. It was kind of freaking me out. I'm like, I think I'm getting stranger the longer I sit in here, so I got to get out of this. But no, it's like
Okay.
it's called astro psychology though. So it
Okay.
basically teaches you about not really as much what would you say like the star charts and everything else. It teaches you about what they mean and all of that, but it's in order to situate yourself in the best business and personal situations. So it's honestly
Okay.
just like an in-depth look at the ancient and the modern ways of using the planets and the understandings of all of the how like all of it works and all the energies that are out there together in order to better understand people.
Okay. So it's like training you to be able to translate. So you're not making the star charts, you're getting
Right.
them and then being able to relay the information to whoever.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so it
That's
could be
cool.
down to doing like a psychological profile, but I would have a master's in it in astropsychology. So that's why I'm like,
Hell
this
yeah.
is fucking funny because today I became an ordained minister.
I did see that. Why?
I don't have a, there's no one's getting married.
No, not a single person. Well, I mean, we know one in the fall, but you're not doing that wedding.
Yeah, but also I guess Jess Maddox is getting married next fall or this fall.
Okay,
Next fall maybe. So I told her I'll officiate that one, but it'll be in
perfect.
Missouri. So I'm only a Kansas ordained minister for now. I can get Missouri.
Okay,
I get my kit in the mail on Wednesday.
that's amazing.
So I can also do last rites. So I can also tell people last rites when they're dying. So this is a really, really maybe weird thing that I've got myself into. But I think it's incredible because there is no limit to what you can charge to be an incredible ordained minister.
That is true.
And I'm fucking funny at weddings.
I'm excited to see your like ads. Like,
This is what I'll show up wearing, or like
yeah,
I'll do the blazer and swim trunks thing that we were talking about before. I'll just be like,
perfect.
"What up? You want to get married?"
Yeah, I think that'd be brilliant. Like you know that lawyer ad that's always in Waldo for that fucking creepy couple that is
Uh
like super hot and they're lawyers.
oh yeah, yeah.
Well,
I,
I don't know if they're hot, but super genetically enhanced. Not genetically. What's it called when you get a lot of plastic surgery?
modified, botched.
No, they weren't botched. It's proper. Well, I think it's what they properly intended anyway. Anyways, they have like this crazy uh, billboard with them just looking at you and like a jungle cat for no reason.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, I think I okay. I keep thinking that I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I because I've seen just an older couple and they weren't hot at all.
Oh no, they're young. They're like our age.
Oh, what a flex! Here's our billboard.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put you up there, like, and saying, "Call me to officiate your wedding."
Finger guns.
That'd be amazing.
I would love to be number one officiator.
Hmm. I think you'd kill it. Then you could add that, like, number one officiator of weddings in Kansas City.
I could tell people if they're meant to be together.
You should. Like, oh, you know what, though? That would kind of be a cool service, like, to do when you get your official astrology license,
Hmm.
to be like, I can tell you right now what's going to happen, throw in a tarot reading, and then officiate their
You can
wedding.
do the tarot reading. I don't know what that shit is.
Okay, I will. I actually, there's this girl that I follow on Instagram that's from Kansas City. She just did free tarot readings all weekend at like Dillard's or something. Like they set up a whole booth for her,
What?
and she was just doing tarot readings. And I found out she was in my sorority. So, huh,
Are you now
it is
best
in the
friends?
stars. We've been best friends, sort of internet best friends, even though we live in the same city,
Yeah. No,
for
but
a
that's a
while.
thing.
Yeah, we're just very supportive of each other. She's like really into metaphysical stuff. It's really cool. I think you'd like her. I'll introduce you via Instagram.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can you tag me in something?
yeah, I'll just casually do that. But yeah, no, tarot is a real thing. That's all that was going on. So yeah, we'll do a joint wedding business. I don't know what else I can offer besides tarot readings.
I just want to go to weddings and get drunk. So honestly, if you guys just want to like give me a driver, I actually have one. If you just want to pay him for me, that's cool.
Hmm.
And give me a driver, an open bar, and all the food that we want, and we'll be chill.
That is true.
We just
Yeah,
like going places.
we really
We
do.
make
Like, I
money
just
on
want
our
to
own.
go.
Just like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
invite me cool places. Thanks.
Feed me. That's it. That's the only requirement.
Yeah,
Food
exactly.
and alcohol, and we're good. You don't even have to pay us.
Well, and like I try to get lunch with people as much as I can because like just getting drinks and doing like talks like that, it's never that fun. Like just go and like have a meal. It's delightful.
It is. And everybody's just nicer when they're fed. Like, some of you are really bitchy before food.
Did
And
you?
that's why I always, whenever we sit down, I'm like, let's get appetizers. Because even though you guys are all pretending you're not hungry, I know that as soon as the bag or that pile of chips lands in front of you, you're going to eat them.
Like,
And
oh
you'll
my
be nicer.
god, carbs.
Yeah.
Do you notice anybody being bitchy this weekend, or you just?
I was pretty alone this weekend since I was
Oh,
in
baby,
Oklahoma.
no.
This was my first time traveling by myself, actually, and I
Mm.
didn't realize until I was like going. I was like, "Oh fuck, I have to sleep in this room by myself." Like, That's never happened. So,
Aw, don't do it again, loser.
yeah, I won't. It was definitely, I mean, it was kind of fun because I just watched Hallmark movies all weekend. Which I don't have access to the Hallmark
Hallmark
Channel
Channel.
at home, so it's kind of a
Maybe there's
treat.
a reason for that.
Dude, bad news though. I just found out that Hallmark now has a Netflix service, and I can have it all the time. So I will.
You're gonna get really emotional and be like, have puffy eyes one day before the show, and I'm gonna be like, what Christmas fucking movie did she just watch? What kid died on Christmas Eve that Megan is like randomly
No,
mourning?
I don't watch the sad ones. I only watch the love stories.
Those are usually sad,
They don't ever have kids dying.
or people dying.
They don't let people die.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that is a bad idea. And I will never see you again.
Probably true on the Never See Me Again, but it's a great idea.
Okay, so you're gonna have reclusive season when the weather starts getting nice
In
and
the
it's
summer.
finally nice out. You're deciding to become a hermit. Okay,
Hmm.
bold move. I also have started saying that now as part of my zen.
Bold move.
And so when people are driving and I want to scream, "You fucking asshole!" I hope you fall off that cliff or whatever casual murderous rampage I'm on. I just simply say, "Bold move."
Yes, I love that. My thing is that's a choice that you made there.
Mm-hmm. You do
Alright.
say that a lot. I
I
remember
do.
being in
Like,
traffic when we were outside of St. Louis coming back from Tennessee, and you're like, "That's a choice." And it's
yep.
people just cutting you off, and like it was very stressful, and you were dealing with things going on, and it was just nuts.
It was lit.
Bold
It
move,
was
bold
lit.
move.
Bold move.
So
Bold move that you chose to cut me off there.
or when you choose to get engaged after 2 weeks of dating each other, and you're like, "Oh my God, we're in love," and you're like, and we're like, "Bold move, bold move."
Yeah, it's like the Midwest version of Bless Your Heart. Like we can't take Bless Your Heart that's taken, that's out. We can't do that. We gotta make up our own, and it's a bold move.
Mhm. When your friends do stupid things, bold move. Friend hooks up with her ex again, bold move.
Not a good move.
When you find out that your ex keeps asking out all your friends, bold move.
Who's doing that right now?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
gosh.
When somebody that you know and like you have gone outside of a bar with, like you know a bartender, but you've done things outside of a bar with them because you have transgressed your relationship to that.
Right. That's a bold move in itself.
That's a bold move
First
in
of all.
itself for sure. But like Courtney and I are like super. She's awesome, and
Yeah.
so she's really into sports. She's really smart. She can hold her own with anyone. So I found out that my ex is like, I'm gonna ask her out,
Oh god.
and she overheard it. I was like, I just have a lot of questions about like the moves that people make, because I was looking online. I think what was it? Bryce Harper's wife had
Mhm.
some ratchet thought in her DMs because
Yes.
why?
I have no idea. And it's also not a secret that Bryce Harper is very much married and very much Mormonly married. Like, if you're gonna go barking up a tree, it is not a Mormon tree to be jumping in.
No.
And also he's married to like the cutest little white girl ever, and you are the exact opposite of that. Not that he can't be attracted to both, but probably you're not his type, if I had to guess.
Maybe.
But yeah, she slid in the DMs, and it wasn't even Bryce's DMs, which I didn't see the wifey's handle, but I'm almost positive it's not close to Bryce's.
I think it's K. Harper, KAYY Harper, or Kayla
Okay.
or whatever. So not
So
even
it's fully a chick's name, or not even the right letter
right.
in front of Harper. What an idiot.
Yeah, I don't even feel bad for the girl. I'm just like, you look so thirsty and sad. And I thought it was funny. Like most people would be like, "Don't roast her. She's just shooting her shot." That's not feminist. See how tired I am of this? I'm literally falling asleep talking about
It's not
this
feminist.
feminist thing. Okay, here we go again.
I don't even care if it's not feminist. It's dumb. Like, Same thing we talked about with that kid, the new chief's tweets from older. I don't care what he said. I care that he's dumb and left it up. I care that she's dumb and Instagrammed the wrong person.
Yeah, like don't be stupid. Don't be
Same
sloppy.
thing with, who was that celebrity that did it? Selena Gomez? No, it was Justin Bieber's new girl. What's her name? Haley Baldwin?
Uh-huh.
She liked or something a Selena Gomez, or followed a Selena Gomez fan account on accident, thinking that it was Selena Gomez.
Oh my
And
god.
like she went in the DMs to apologize about it. And I was like, see, like just don't be dumb. Just don't be dumb.
Instagram, I just don't know how more celebrities don't have like accidents where they're like following people and liking
Well,
things they shouldn't be. Like LeBron
it's
James, do you
so
remember when he
easy to
did
like
that?
stuff on accident.
Oh,
No, what did
totally.
LeBron do?
He was taking a sabbatical off of social media with the first time he got the Cavs to the finals when he
Mm-hmm.
came back from Miami. And he's like, I'm taking, I won't be on social media again until um, the end of the season. So like
Okay.
after we win a championship, I'll get back on social media. So he was, I mean, he's doesn't delete the app from his phone. LeBron is a lurker, and you know that he's like sitting there, like reading the shit that people are saying, keeping track of what everyone's doing, and you know he's on there. Like you can't prove it because you're not liking anything, not doing anything. He
Right.
liked this chick's butt, like this butt selfie. It
No.
was like a butt, like a hot butt account or something, or like
Mm-hmm.
big butts account, and then the chick that was tagged in it became the most like liked butt of all time because like everyone was staring at LeBron
Because he
James
liked
like
it.
because he liked it. So she like is now a supermodel, like an IG like super thought because LeBron James liked her ass during the fucking finals.
Oh my gosh. That's freaking amazing.
And speaking of
I want to
LeBron,
be that famous like that way.
well, no, and it's just weird that LeBron, like I saw the barbershop talk with LeBron. That's what I was gonna bring up.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about how it was him and Lonzo Ball and I think Pharrell was in there and like somebody else. Um, and they were all talking about like how he found out that Magic Johnson left, and he found out because his like assistant told him, "Hey, Magic's gone." He's always get the fuck out,
Yeah.
no way. And he
Yeah.
was like, "No phone call, no nothing. Like that, you brought me here, you did this, and you're gonna disrespect me like that." And then you swipe over to Lonzo, and he goes, "Yeah, man. I was just like, well, where are we going out tonight?" When he found out, so LeBron's like, "Yeah, we clearly have different ways we handled it," and he was just so like, you could just tell he was just so, I don't know, just like, how dare he? Like, and he's just
Right.
so caught up in his own little bullshit. So the fact that he slipped up that bad, like so many years ago, it was just fucking funny. Do I hold him? Do I hold him? Like, do I get mad about it? No, of course not. Like, you can't help it. Sometimes a nice ass is a nice ass. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, that is true. What are you gonna do?
So yeah,
I mean,
that
I like nice asses.
yeah. So like you can't really be too mad about it. The LeBron in the final stock was funny because I saw that. I'm sure you saw me retweet it. I'm sure you woke up to like me doing a million fucking things on the internet and
Yes,
tagging you in
bro.
things. But that's just what I do. That's how you know I'm alive and working. And I retweeted the one where it was Khaleesi's face after everything happened last night, and she's like, "I'm gonna fucking murder you." And it said this was like LeBron in Game 6 in 2012 against the Celtics, and I was like, I remember that.
Yeah. I thought that was spot on. Like those are my favorite Game of Thrones memes is when they throw them back to like sporting events because they're so right.
Well, this show is gonna be the most memed and like talked about thing for generations, and I made a shocking discovery that someone that I love dearly um, has never seen a single episode of it.
What?
And it was just like, I don't know. I've just never even thought that it was necessary. But he's like, people really like that Game the Dragon show. And it was like, oh my God. So like, when I was all like, yeah, I can't wait to get home and watch Game of Thrones, he's like, oh yeah, I should probably start that. I'm like,
Yes.
what?
Well, he's not a social media person though.
Right. So it's just kind of funny to be like, what the actual fuck is wrong with you that you haven't seen this? But then I
Right.
talked to my mom. She's like, I should catch up on that too. I'm like, what are you guys doing with your lives?
Yeah. I don't think my parents watch it or have ever seen it. So,
When did you first learn about Game of Thrones, though?
I was late to the party. I think I started season 2. I think season 2 or 3 is when I started, so I had to like catch up everything. And I don't remember. I was right when I moved to Kansas City because I remember watching it in that apartment that I was just talking about that I hate. And at the time, I had like no furniture except for my giant ass TV, so I was like sitting on the floor like watching Game of Thrones like this. Um, so yeah, that's when. I don't know when that was. 5 or 6 years ago, whatever season 3 was.
Sorry, I had to adjust my boobs. I don't know if that's what you were laughing at.
A little bit.
Okay. I was like, oh, whatever. There they are. But no, like the people that told you about it, I don't know. I used to make fun of people that watch Game of Thrones like constantly.
Okay.
I'd be like, you little dragon fucking weirdos. What the hell are you talking about, Game of Thrones? What is this, like, wizard show? And I just completely, you know how I am. Like, if I don't know about something and I just want to be ignorant about it, I'm going to completely insult it from the ground up. I'm really jealous because you have a full drink and I just have a Capri Sun.
I have 2. But they're very melty. So.
It must
I
be
like
difficult.
that Capri Sun ASMR we just did.
Sorry. It's very mad about this. I'm like, I'm thirsty.
I liked it.
It was gross. If I had to listen to it, I would be disturbed deeply. So I apologize to all of you who just heard that.
I don't mind it. It reminds me of summer, which is like a weird thing, but I mean, did you not like when you were a kid drink Capri Sun
Oh,
a whole lot more in the summer?
yeah, totally. And like now that I have kids that drink Capri Sun nonstop, I'm like, oh, I get to drink Capri Sun again. Cool.
Yes.
So that's like it was just funny because grocery shopping is now I'm now eating all the things that I always wanted to eat as a child. So
Yes. Well, that's the best part about having kids, I think, because everything kids like they sell for kids is like snack size for adults, so it's like
Mhm.
perfect. You're like, yes, I will have this Lunchable right now.
Yeah, Lunchables are the shit. Yeah, it's a lot of sodium, but they've come a long way. I remember my mom would not let me eat Lunchables. She's like, that has way too much sodium in it. You don't need that. And I was like, I'm 9.
I'm 9, I do.
Yeah, like it's not that big of a deal. You don't
Right.
need the sodium, old lady.
That's true.
It's okay.
Or
She's
like
probably
I love when they're like, you can't have this because of sodium, but then they hand you a Gatorade and like you don't think about how much salt is in those fuckers, but
yeah. I had to drink those when I was coming off steroids because they're the only thing that had like electrolytes in it and also carb that was like enough to like keep me like when you're just getting sick. It's like it was perfect. I was like, that's it.
yeah.
But like I still drank a ton of water because of how much. You have one Gatorade, then you drink like a lot more water.
hmm Well, and I believe that's the point. Like they make you a little bit thirsty, but yeah, they definitely have a lot of electrolytes, salt, and sugar. Bam.
Good for hangovers.
Athletes can have them because they need to replenish.
You know what's even
You are fat ass sitting, playing, watching, whatever. Not you, just people. People
You
that don't
people.
need it. If you're sick, yes, you need it. If you're athletic, cool. If you're a 5-year-old kid, not so much.
Why do parents do that? Like I don't understand. Like and then like they would just give you like Cheetos for soccer snacks. Like somebody brought Cheetos once. I'm like, these are
That's
orange, but we probably need orange slices, not Cheetos.
how's that leg cramp going? Have some Cheetos.
Cheetos. That's weird.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know how we survived as kids, and like now, today I just because I don't really talk about this that much, but it's just fucking funny because I was sitting at the table with my parents having lunch today, and my dad. I go, Dad, I need to eat soup. I'm on this weird thing. I have to eat soup, whatever. He's like, so let's talk about Tyreek Hill case. I'm like, I'm leaving. He goes, no, come back. So I threatened to leave because he wanted to talk about the Tyreek Hill stuff going on. And I was just like, I can't deal with this. So then we like started, we weren't fighting, but we were bickering with each other. And he goes, well, I was like, gosh, when we were getting ready for everybody leaving today, like just everyone in the house was just like angry. And I didn't understand what had happened, but he had decided on his way out because he's getting ready to leave town again. Because he does this, he comes into town and just like basically causes chaos and then leaves again.
Right.
He put ice cubes in the kids' pants to wake them up this morning. Like right on the back, not in their pants, but like right on their small of their back.
Wait, while they were in bed sleeping?
While they're
or
in bed sleeping.
Oh my gosh.
Woke them up like that. And then I was wondering why they were just being hideous to me. I was like,
Oh my lord.
what happened? Like I was cooking breakfast and I come back and they're just like screaming. and one's like making snarling noises, and I'm just like, well, this is a
Oh
good
my
turn.
god.
This is a good Monday. What the hell? So I was just like, you know what, Dad, just because you were raised a certain way does not mean that that's how this is now. And so you gotta like maybe ease up on your like guerrilla parent, like grandparenting technique.
Gorilla parenting.
Like guerrilla warfare is one thing, guerrilla parenting, like there's helicopter
uh,
parenting where you're like basically don't leave your kid the fuck alone, and then there's like this, what he's doing is like surprising and like ambushing them. Like that is not how you're supposed to do this. So I was just like, man, let's just ease up. So we had to have a talk. I had to have a talk with my elderly father. Not elderly, he's not elderly at all. He's the most like strong, self-sufficient guy. He was working out with his trainer today, right? And comes home, he's like, oh, I gotta go take a nap, my trainer. I was like, what? And he's like, oh, he worked out too hard. I was like, okay. He's like, I got Chipotle catered in the outside fridge. I go, what? And so he was a mess. He was just like doing 1,000 things this morning already, and then he's like just telling me that he put ice cubes on the kids' pants, so that's why they were all mad at me. I was like, are you fucking serious?
That's hilarious.
Like, what did your parents ever like crudely wake you up like that?
Not that way. No. My mom is very persistent. I don't wake up ever. So,
What? I had no idea.
yeah. She had no patience for me. So it was school starts in 10 minutes, light on, windows open, like that kind of wake up, which was crude to me. Like as a kid, I was like, meh.
Yeah,
But
as
like,
an adult, you're still like, meh.
oh God, I still can't get up. I wish that my mom would come here and turn on the light for me in the morning so I could actually get up. But
Alexa,
yeah, that was,
turn on all the lights.
that is true. I don't know. I have those outlets that connect to Alexa, but I don't know how to get it to connect to, like, all of my lights are not plugged into an outlet. They're all in the ceiling.
Yeah.
So
Overhead lighting is terrifying.
I don't know how to yeah, I guess I could just buy a lamp.
Just buy just plug one of your ring lights into it and set it right next to your
Oh
bed.
my God, can you imagine?
Get the fuck up, and you're like,
Oh God.
ah!
Oh God, that would be a lot.
Do it.
I might do it though.
Try it. Set it to an alarm.
I will. Cause yeah, I don't wake up to anything. My alarm clock doesn't wake me up. I tried the Alexa, like, just play me music in the morning.
And you
I
fell
did it
back
to Game of
asleep.
Thrones actually. Yeah, I was like, play me Game of Thrones intro music at 6:30 in the morning, and I just had the most epic dreams I've ever had, and that's all that happened. Like, did not wake up. Had
I
dreams.
love you so much, but you are fucking ridiculous. How the fuck do you sleep through da 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 da?
Yeah, I did not.
I can
care.
keep going. Da 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 da, and now it's gonna make you fall asleep.
It probably
Fucking-
would. Like, okay, this is my thing about Game of Thrones. We're getting into Game of Thrones talk right now. That was
Yes,
a transition
Daddy.
that was not intentional. But, uh, do you watch the beginning? Like, do you watch the intro
I do.
in its entirety? Okay,
I'm
this
cheesy.
season's sucks. Like, it doesn't follow the pattern of the rest of them. The rest of them are like, here's the map, and like, here's the little parts building up. This season, they're like, we're going into the building for no reason, and we're taking you through scenes that, like, made no impact on you. Like, you had no feelings towards it, and it's so fast. I don't know. It pisses me off.
I don't know what you're
It's not
talking
you.
about.
Okay.
Because I thought it looked the same. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the most observant person in the world, but like I get how it looks different now, but I still thought they had that element of kind of Games of Thrones, like the same style of like the pop up wheel and like turning thing. I don't know.
They are doing the pop-up wheel and turning thing, but like so that you can episode like today we're going to Westeros and whatever, and well, not Westeros, but King's Landing and stuff like that. And then, but this I don't know how to describe it.
No, I'm like I'm just trying to figure out was like what it would look like. Because like I guess the original one, it was more like the layout of Westeros. You're right. Like it was more like this is how it's all laid out on the map, because we haven't really seen that in a while.
Right, and they built up the buildings and stuff, and that's really cool, and I agree. But like now they're going like in the buildings, like the camera, like they'll build it up and then they'll go in and they'll build up a room inside of that building instead of just showing like the outside, and I don't like it.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I sent you a lot of stuff for this episode, so
Yeah.
uh, let's dive into this. We saw a lot of things this episode that were just kind of wrapping up a lot of the who actually died, who actually was like, or not who actually died, because I think we all knew who actually died, but like just a reminder of what had actually happened. Like it was nice to like see the whole span of it and see them reacting to all the dead.
Right. Right. I mean, yes, I agree. But mostly I was distracted by how big those pyres were. Like, that was a lot of wood for. They put like 5 people on each stack.
Yeah, they did.
That's all I'm saying.
It was a lot, and it just seemed I don't know. It's just like too neatly already done. But I was like, I guess if you were going to war, you would already have that done, and you would know that you're doing
I
it.
guess.
So
Yeah. No, but I agree. It was a touching moment to give, because we kind of ended last episode, like, there's just so much action. We didn't have time to, like, and so that was kind
to
of your,
breathe,
like,
yeah,
let it settle in, like, okay, they're dead kind of moment.
dead
Then we,
AF.
dead AF. And then we moved on to the real Game of Thrones, which we all know and love, which is the caddy drama.
Caddy drama was at a pretty, I don't want to say all time high, but I will say the drama that began and that began and it looked like it ended so quickly
Mm-hmm.
is just starting. Like I guess the storyline of Brienne and Jamie Lannister is the one that sticks out
Right.
the most, because that's the person that kind of left the most questionable exit. I mean, obviously, everything that led up to that was questionable too. So I guess starting out, we'll get back to the actual beginning of it and go from there. But there's just like so much like undercurrent, and I saw on Twitter, because I didn't watch it last night. I just watched it this morning. I saw
Mm-hmm.
on Twitter last night a lot of people talking shit about Jon Snow and the dog.
Mm-hmm.
What were they
Yeah.
all mad about?
They were very mad because Jon Snow was leaving and like saying goodbye to everybody, and then he looked at Ghost and didn't say goodbye to Ghost. He just kind of left.
Like
And
Ghost.
he's sending Ghost the dog with Tormund. He's going north of the Wall. So they're wanting us to believe that we're never going to see Ghost again. We all know that's a fucking lie, Game of Thrones. We can see through your baits, but that was the goal, is to believe it. And Jon did not say goodbye to Ghost, and Ghost was left looking sad.
He was. He looked really, really sad.
So
I always side with the sad dog.
I know, like, you know how we feel about animals, Game of Thrones. Like,
Yeah, they killed another animal.
they did. Is a dragon? What? Is it an animal or like a being? I don't know what the difference is. I guess animals are beings.
Okay. A dragon is not a human.
No, it's not a human, but
Is it like? Would you say? I think it's like a lizard or reptile-ish thing.
yeah,
But
that's
is it a
true.
mythical creature, or would it be considered that? Yeah. Ghost and
Yeah,
Tormund coming back 100%. Okay. I could. I mean, I see that Tormund is just Bay. I love that man so much. And when Brienne hurt him, I wanted to hurt her.
yeah, but you can't be like the part that's the reason that real life, is so hard. Like, everybody's like, Tormund wouldn't leave her. Tormund, blah blah blah. Well, she didn't fucking like Tormund. Get over it. Like, that's the same thing in our lives, real lives. Like, how many DMs do you get of people that are probably the most loyal fucking human beings ever, that would probably worship you, probably love you till the end of time, but you're just not attracted to them. Like, it's just not happening.
You preach, preach.
But everybody's siding with those people, and that's why these people that do DM us and are like, I'll give you the fucking world, blah, 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 and you have to say no. That's why, like, they think that women are the absolute devils and shoot them.
Yeah, that's why the men have anger issues, because people have anger issues. I was out today, not today, yesterday, because I have not left my house today. I refuse to. I went to the driveway and I was in my like sports bra, like tank top thing and shorts, taking out the trash, and the trash can fell over, and I just like screamed, and it's like 6:30 in the morning, and I'd already like done things that I'd already been up for the day and was fucking pissed already. I was like, what the hell? I got all mad. So there was already a bad situation. But so when I was like, okay, this is what we have to deal with. These people, like, what was I even talking about? Shit.
You were getting mad, and I don't know where it was going.
No, it was like, what was I saying before the Torm? It was like talking about Tormund. I was going out to the. Oh, I haven't even left my house today. That's what it was. Yesterday, this chick fucking told me about her friend who tried OkCupid for a day, talked to one guy for one day, and he's like, well, tomorrow I'm taking my daughter to First Fridays, and I'm gonna spend the morning, like, we're gonna go do breakfast, and it'll be really fun. Thank God I figured out my train of thought. And he was like, just being honest, like, hey, if I don't talk to you, I'm busy with her, like, whatever. So this lady has 3 cats, and she's insane, and just really clingy and psychotic, and in her late 30s. So I think she's feeling that ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
And she texts him, and she goes, I hope your daddy-daughter date went well. I'm so glad that the weather is doing better. And he didn't respond.
Okay.
So he didn't respond. So she's like, freaks out. I'm deleting the dating app. She sent him a long, scathing message about how nobody takes 9-year-olds to First Fridays, and that when he was lying, and that it's too bad that he didn't have the balls to. Yeah. So I'm like, when I say like men are the reason that like these things have like aggression happens, no, men aren't the reason. People that have unrealistic expectations. Like, I had a guy, and this is the most annoying and aggressive behavior ever. He's in my DMs constantly. He actually jumped in Sprots DMs yesterday or today and was like, you two are so hot. And he sent me his dick out of nowhere, like, after sending me all these messages about, I'll drive you around, I'm an Uber driver, you can trust me, you're so hot, the things I would do to you, I can drive you around. And then he sent me his dick out of nowhere. He's like, do you like that? It was like, block. I have 3 people blocked: my ex, this dude, and McDonald's.
Oh my gosh. McDonald's.
I don't want to see it. I'm already fat enough. Like, go away. Get in my fucking timeline with your propaganda of me eating cheeseburgers, because I don't need any more cheeseburgers.
Fucking fry propaganda.
I got the fucking cheeseburgers covered, okay? I need to see lettuce wraps. But you ask me where I'm going after this, I'll tell you the peanut, and you can tell me about my health. It's fine.
There's protein. It's fine.
I don't think I'm even going to make it. I have to go pick up our NASCAR tickets.
Yay!
But anyways, we'll get back to Game of Thrones. I just don't like it when, like you said, people were like, well, he likes you and he's great. Like, he'd be a great guy. I don't want to fuck him.
No. You just can't help who, like, for better or worse, you cannot help who your heart wants back. Like, you can't. Like, on paper, you might line up perfectly with somebody. And I mean, how many times have we gone through this on the show with, no offense,
with my vagina?
No offense, yeah, but just, like, that's dating history. Like, some of those dudes, like the guy that I set her up with, I was like, this man is perfect on paper. In real life, didn't turn out so well. But, like, you just can't help that. You don't know.
You never know. And you can't be mad when somebody else goes with somebody. I mean, I get mad. I was like, your girlfriend's ugly. I was a dick about it, and it's fine. She is. So, whatever.
Well, you're allowed to be mad, like, and rightfully so. Like, even if somebody, like, today, like, picked somebody else over me, I'd be like, fuck you forever, and I would block them.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine. Block them and move on. You don't get to block them or not block them and harass them, like, forever. Or be mad and then, like, put it out on the internet, like, that, I don't even know, whining that guy or girls don't like nice guys or whatever.
Right.
No.
Well, that's a problem, is, like, I think that when you have the confidence, like, I mean, I don't want to compare myself to Brienne of Tarth by any means. She's a virgin. So am I.
Not anymore, bitch.
So we're both recently not virgins. Anyways, we get along at the, like, strong, like, mindset. I think you and I both, like, agree that it's good to be like that kind of, like, strength and aloofness is good, because you need to, like, know yourself and, like, know what you want out of a relationship before you try to get into one. I think that's fair to say. But she was just, like, taken to a level of, like, don't touch me. I don't know how to be alone with anyone and naked. It was a little bit too much, and she obviously got hurt. But like the fan theory that I sent you, did you read all of that or?
No, that was 4 fucking pages of typed text.
So it was incredible.
I was not going, and it said spoilers, so I didn't want to, like, I didn't know if it was future spoilers or if it was spoiling for this episode that just happened.
This recent episode. Don't be such a baby.
Yeah, I was not reading that. But go ahead, tell me what it said.
Baby. I don't want to
4
read.
pages.
It was 4 screenshot pages, not 4 actual pages.
Those are 4 actual pages worth of text.
No, it's
that
not.
Was screenshot.
If you wrote that out, it'd maybe make like half of a notebook paper. Maybe.
There is no way. We're gonna go look at it right now.
Read it to me.
I'm not reading it. Look at all of that. Hold on, I can't see myself.
Hold on.
Look at 4 pages of that. That is those are freaking. That's
probably
more
what
than a
that
Microsoft Word 1 page.
I think that's what that chick sent that guy saying, like, you were
probably
lying to
blaming
me.
him. You're a fucking liar.
You're a fucking liar. You're not with your kid. Like, imagine the goal on another person to accuse you of lying about being with your child to get out of seeing a crazy bitch that, keep in mind, she only taught him for 1 day.
1 day. That kills me. People are insane. People need to just chill. Like, here's my theory before we get into Brienne, and I'll let you tell me what 4 pages of text said. People, like, just, if they want to be with you, they will be with you. Mm-hmm. Across the board. If you're married to them, if you're whatever, like, obviously, yes, you need to try and keep your partner interested. Like, that's your job. It's because they will go somewhere else because somebody else will be interested. That's just it. But if they want to be with you, they will be with you, and they will reciprocate and try on their end as well. So just let it happen. If they cheat, then obviously they don't want to be with you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Or you're not fulfilling something, and you could do better. Do better. Like, they'll be there or they won't. Move on. You can get somebody else. There is no shortage of people, unless you live on that island that Sydney wants to live on that has 200 people.
Yeah, Putnam Bay.
Winter. Okay, that has a shortage of people. Maybe you need to worry about it a little bit more. But
like, that's the thing. We were at Big 12 tournament, and you know, I don't ever think that I give off the idea that I have like a lack of options or whatever. And if you wanted to look at the dating history that I've had, I have a very definite type. Definitely bearded and some sort of like athletic build, whatever. But Megan and I were talking to our friend and his mom at the Big 12 tournament, and he's like, they both decided, like, they didn't even tell me this. Like, I had no idea this was the plan. They both looked at me and said, well, Tyler's marrying you in 2 years. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that's what we're doing now. Yep, Tyler's marrying you in 2 years. He just has to get his stuff together. He has plenty of money. You'll be fine. He can afford you. I'm like, okay, we'll see. But it just like cracks me up because we had that like casual conversation of like, oh no, you two are getting married. It's cool, but it'll be in a little bit. I don't have a rush to go off and like find someone. So like all these like charming offers of your dick and your failed attempts at conversation where you said that you'll drive me around, but it's totally not going to be creepy. For some reason, that just doesn't really capture my attention.
That is so weird. Like, yeah. I don't think that dudes understand, and I appreciate like all of the guys that have ever offered a ride to either one of us and all of that stuff. Like, but like when you're alone and a guy offers a ride, like you guys do not understand how incredibly like murdery that comes off. Because my first thought is, okay, I will be trapped in this vehicle that you're in control of. I can't just like jump out and run.
Right.
No. And like I went to Oklahoma.
You cannot say Oklahoma today.
Oklahoma. I don't know why. I was trying to say Oklahoma City, and then I was like, wait, I wasn't in Oklahoma City. I was in Norman. So like I tried to fix it, and my brain was like, bleh. Bleh. I went to Norman this weekend, and I was like, hey, what should I do? I asked the internet, and they're all like, go to Oklahoma City. I was like, well, no fucking shit. And I was like, I'm not taking an Uber by myself in a city where I have nobody in either one. I sort of knew people in Norman because the gaming people were down there, but like, yeah. I'm not personal friends with these people. Definitely don't know anybody in Oklahoma City. And so I was like, why would I take an Uber by myself? As reputable as Uber genuinely is, like, Most of the people do not get killed or raped. However, it happens. So, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine you like, not that I can't imagine you roaming around a city by yourself, but I just can't imagine you just like saying, "Okay, I'll just go in this random place where I could be put in a really uncomfortable situation by myself. Can't wait."
No, and that's what like you just have to think of these things. Will something go wrong? Maybe not. But you just have to like don't put yourself in those kind of situations. We say that all the time to women. Don't put yourself in a situation where something could happen. Does that mean you have less opportunities to do stuff? Yep. Sorry, but also you're not dead. So,
Exactly.
there's that.
It's always nice to not be dead. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I would living is cool. It's pretty cool.
Living's pretty neat.
Yeah. So just kind of keep doing that. People are crazy and you never know who, like the cat lady on the dating app.
Yeah, so I don't think it's anybody's fault that Tormund and Brienne didn't work out. I think it's obvious that Brienne's in love with Jaime and Jaime's in love with her. People who don't understand like how Jaime works, this whole little like the 4-page thing that Megan can't be bothered with is basically just breaking down how Jaime is as a character and how you can see his development over time. Yes, he was a complete shitty, selfish dickhead at the beginning, but he was also deeply involved with his twin sister mind fucking him and also fucking him constantly. So like, what do you expect the guy to be doing? Like he was a mess. He finally got well, I mean, he didn't finally. He was a prisoner and he was unfortunately stuck in the situation they was. Lost a damn hand. Still came back. Still can fight, but fell in love with Brienne and the theory is basically that he hurt her to say goodbye to her to go kill Cersei, and he knows at the same time he's probably going to get killed himself, killing Cersei. But it's the only way that she would be safe ever and would ever be able to be happy is if Cersei was dead, which is 100% true.
Right.
Because not only is Cersei fucking insane, she's pregnant with Jaime's baby, but is telling Euron that it's his.
Right.
What the fuck, Cersei?
But Tyrion kind of spilled the beans on that, so we'll see.
So that's why Missandei died. I'm assuming, or Missandei. Sorry, not Missandei. Missandei had her head cut off. Is that because Tyrion spilled the beans and like that was Cersei's way of getting back at him?
No.
Or she was always going to do that?
Yeah, I think it was happening either way. I think, I mean, obviously, not obviously, but I should say, like, because they sent both the hands, and both hands are like, surrender, or else, and so it was just happening, and Cersei is not the type to back down from her or else. That's the way that it is, so, yeah, she was dying either way, I'd say.
But I think that's a huge mistake, Cersei, because you can't hide from DNA. We learned that with Jon Snow, as well. No longer Jon Snow. Aegis Targaryen.
Yeah, I think it's Aegis. Aegis, I think. Yeah, I think you had it right.
Okay. But yeah, that he's not. So when he told his family, what remained of his family, or Bran told them, obviously Sansa was shook up. But I kind of feel like they were being like the Starks were just kind of being assholes this episode.
Well, I mean, when are they not?
Yeah, but I've always thought that I've always thought that the Starks were supposed to be the ones that I was like rooting for because that's who you first got introduced to, and that's like the family that you saw go through so much, and you're like, all right, yeah, the Starks. I'm supposed to be like Team Stark,
right?
And instead of being Team Stark, I'm just kind of like, you guys are just like uppity little like entitled fucktards lately because I just don't like the idea of them just thinking that they can just control everything, and Sansa can't even fathom the idea of Dany, and Dany has been a mess. How did you even feel about Dany?
Well, Dany, we've kind of talked about it before. She's slowly being built back into a psychopath, kind of her blood right, which is to be a mad king or queen, because they're so fucking inbred in the Targaryen line. So, I mean, she's slowly been building to this. They've slowly started on, like last season, they did a lot of not trusting her, like decisions where she went a little off the handle on her own. And that's why, like, she lost, like, that whole army and everything.
Yeah.
So, Yeah, she's building towards that. I think, like you said, I think the whole point is to always root for John, I believe, because he's really the only one of all of them. Like, they try to make everybody have a good side and also a bad side. Like,
They
no
do.
matter what, like, something to root against, which, like, even with Brienne, you know, they made her weak this episode, which is, I hate to say that it's weak, but it was the way she, like, cried kind of in the cold, but it
Yeah.
was real life. Like, imagine the person that took your virginity just like, bye though, uh,
Really.
when you've been holding on to it for so long. So exactly,
I
and
waited till I was 31.
yeah, that's right. And even the person that took that, when they said bye though, you were a Brienne.
I was total Brienne. I still am.
Yeah. So like it was real life, but people like were like, Brienne, you destroyed her, blah blah. I was like, no, they showed a character
You
flaw
know, I don't.
of sort.
I don't want to say that I bounced back from that, but I think I'm okay now.
Oh, well, obviously.
Well, it's been a
Obviously.
month. You know, I lost my virginity, 2019.
Yep, a month
Fight
ago.
me,
First time.
first time.
First time ever. Um, but yeah, like you get wrapped up in feelings. This is what happens.
For
So,
sure.
Zim, you're still a virgin. Well, good for you. Sure, your wifey appreciates that.
Virgin forever.
I wonder if any, like, some people do that. Wasn't there a show where they're like virgins and then they got married and then they still didn't have sex?
Yeah, because they're too scared. Or they're like, we just really like what we have. I'm like, so you have a gay best friend?
Yeah, so for real. Anyway, where was I going? They make everybody flawed, but John really has not had any flaws per se. I don't think anything that would like make
He's
us.
kind of a bitch.
I mean, he is being a bitch to Danny right now, which is a flaw. I agree.
He's completely bent over to like do whatever she wants him to.
That is true.
So I think that's very weak. But like I said, I'm I'm kind of in the part like last night I was mad when you told me about the episode. I was like, hey, what am I gonna see? I was like, what's gonna go on? And then I only got to watch it twice today, so I'm not on my 12 rewatches. But
Okay.
I'm just slow. I'm not, you know how I am. I'm just not. I don't pick up on things until I like read about them or like look for them or whatever. But
Hmm.
what was the Varys thing?
Varys is basically gonna kill the queen, Danny, or help to make that happen because he thinks that she's a mad queen, and he'd be right.
So he's
So I'm predicting that Danny slash Jamie kills Cersei, and then they kill Danny. I don't know who it would be though. Arya's coming for something. I don't know what the fuck she's about to do.
I thought she
Well,
was going
she's
for
got to kill them
Cersei.
out. I think that she can't kill the Night King and Cersei. Like they can't give her all of that. It's got to be somebody else. It's gonna be Jamie probably.
Yeah, they said that Jamie is going. So that was the end of that theory. Jamie was going to stroll into King's Landing, kill Cersei, and by that time, Brienne had already come to fight at King's Landing, and Brienne will like have come to like kill Cersei, and Jamie had already done it.
I don't think that Brienne will ever come. I mean,
Okay.
maybe, but like she's got to
Well,
stay with
she did
Sansa.
come. So
We don't know that. Maybe Jamie sucks.
well, she did look very peaceful afterwards. And a good dicking will do that to you.
That is true. That is true. Now she's gonna stay with Sansa, and I don't know why, what purpose they would need Sansa in King's Landing.
Yeah, I don't think they will. So maybe
So
Jamie will come back. I don't know.
I
I'd
think
like to
Jamie
think so.
dies. I think you're right though. Jamie dies killing Cersei, or some part somehow. She's not gonna kill him, but somehow they're gonna die. I think all the Lannisters are about to be wiped from the face of this earth in the next 2 episodes.
Okay. I guess I'm not ready for that yet. So that's where I'm just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's happening. Especially since Bronn came and he was like, "Don't die," and I was like, "Oh, so they're dead."
Well, okay. So then that's
Yeah.
the other thing that was really weird. Like after we saw, like Khaleesi's just had, or Danny's had. Oh, I hope Arya steals Jamie's face and murders Cersei. Ooh.
That could be something that happens. I could see
Somebody
that.
had a theory that Littlefinger is not dead yet.
I've also thought that because they didn't give it like a proper, like, boom, we're done. But then he would have come back as a dead person, I feel like. I don't know. Oh, I guess if he's not dead, he wouldn't be a dead person, like a White Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. Either way, all I know is I will bet all of my money on Arya is not killing Cersei. She will kill the Mountain. She will not kill Cersei.
She's gonna kill the Mountain.
Yeah. I think the Hound and the Mountain are going to battle, and the Hound's going to die, and the Mountain's going to die because Arya's going to kill the Mountain.
But the Hound is gonna be not dead when the Mountain gets killed, so Arya gets to say like the last thing to him.
Probably.
Be like all emotional and shit.
Yeah.
Heard it here first on Sprots Takes. Throne
My favorite
takes.
meme was like somebody saying like, I thought that Sansa and the Hound were about to bang and I was not prepared. I was like, yes.
I honest to God was like, I was like, do it.
I was here for that too. The Hound deserves some love.
I
He
like
could
how he
shit
just
on-
shoved off that one chick like no.
Yeah, right.
And Tormund,
thanks.
apparently if I get Tormund drunk enough, I have a chance. So
That's what I'm saying. Like they made Tormund like everybody's all like, oh, he's the nicest guy, and then literally anything with a vagina walks by and he's off. So
that's like what most nice guys do though.
that's true.
Like, I was there for you, blah, 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 blah. And then another chick pays him attention. They're like, bye.
Bye though.
I honestly think that most guys like will choose a chick that lives like 5 minutes away that is slightly crazy to a chick that's like 30 minutes away and like kind of like pretty awesome, but just not worth like the extra effort when you have somebody that's like good at sex and like also just right there.
Yeah, convenience definitely a major factor.
Major
In
key.
Land. Good land. Girls are like, oh, you live in New York? I love you. Fly to me.
Ugh, no thank you. Yeah, so then like the one scene that got blamed Sansa was drinking a Starbucks cup at one point and then left it on the scene. How the fuck do you miss that?
I don't know. And that just makes me so happy for this dumpster of the season. Like, after they blew their budget so much on that last episode that nobody could see.
No one.
Nobody. And then continuing on, you still have this massive budget, and nobody saw a Starbucks cup in what was it? Not even a tavern, like the Great Hall or whatever.
Yeah, it was like that weird little that celebratory area that they were in.
Yeah. Nobody caught that. Literally, like 100 people were probably on set for that episode.
That's
Nothing.
amazing.
I love it. I love when they crash and burn and do things wrong. And so far, this entire season has been that.
So that's how you feel about it. I was just going to ask you. Like, I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying, "I'm kind of annoyed." I told you flat out how I felt about the fact that I was just so annoyed with it. It wasn't as cool as I thought it was going to be.
It's not as cool, and they're rushing a lot. Like, I don't know the business side of why we only got 6 episodes. There's obviously enough content to make more than 6. So I'm not sure why we're getting such a mini season as opposed to just giving us properly timed episodes that are longer, like space them out, you know? Because I feel like we're rushing through a lot of shit. Like
We are.
Like that dragon that was just like, oh, no, now you're gone. We're down to 1.
Yeah, what's with the casual dragon that just died and it was honest to God like out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And it's just like gone. Like, I love Kevo, I think was the one that said, like, he was like, she had the tactical advantage. She couldn't see his ships. Like,
how the fuck did you not see that?
That was ridiculous. But yeah, we're just kind of rushing through to piecemeal things together, and I'm really not here for that. But I will say that it's hard. I cannot find many seasons of shows that I think ended well. Like, the last season was good. So, like, it's hard to wrap up a show. And so I get that, but...
It is, but like, at the same time, you've known about this. Like, you've known that this was going to be an episode where you have to basically tie together all the things that you've been doing all season long. Or all year long. And I'm like, this is how I felt about it. Like, this, honest to God, I was in my kitchen this morning. And if you guys never listened to the Tennessee episode of of our show, you should definitely do so because it's fucking hilarious. I thought of it like this. For 2 fucking years, we've been waiting for this massive, massive battle and this massive, season and this massive TV show. And for 2 years, we've been imagining what it's going to be like and like how epic it's going to be. We've got these incredible teasers that literally took like 2 seconds of every cool, slightly cool scene and mashed it together to make it look a lot more epic than it was, make it look like you could see it. And for 2 years, we've been waiting. And it was like the ultimate like build up of like basically, me talking to Coach, being all like, "Oh, love you, can't wait to see you,"
Right.
and getting there, and you don't get laid. And here we are, 2 years later, and we've all had this build up for fucking ever about what this episode or what this last part of the season is going to be like, and then it's like anticlimactic. We're like, we only have 2 episodes left, and we're just like, so. But I feel like so much has happened, but yet not.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just an odd, like, you're never settled, and you should feel settled. Like, especially after the last episode, like, now that the Night King War is over, like, you should feel at least a little bit settled, and you're still like, what? Because we're still like, well, who the fuck was he? Why was that so fucking easy? Why couldn't we do this forever ago? Like, and then the people down south don't even know this is happening, I guess. So I'm just like, what have they been doing for 3 years? Like,
right,
not knowing that there's a fucking war happening.
Like, how did they communicate? Because then with Cersei being pregnant, like, did Euron show any sign of being concerned that it wasn't his? Because like, how would Tyrion know that she was pregnant? Because there's no communication between the two of them.
Well, he knew because Jaime knew before he left.
Oh. But then
Jaime told Tyrion.
But when it,
I lied. Yeah, it was from Varys. Varys knew.
Either way, either way that works, shouldn't Tyrion not know about it because Euron just found out like the same day?
She lied to Euron. She's known she's been pregnant for a while.
Well, I know she did. I'm fully aware of that part. But like, wouldn't that blow off the cover that he's not the father?
Yes. And so I assume we're gonna get into that next episode.
But he didn't look phased at all.
That is true. But he's also dumb.
He's also really dumb, but he's hot.
So maybe it's gonna like settle. Ew.
Yeah, I'm into it. Yeah.
Ugh, he's dirty.
Well, if he had white teeth, either way would.
You are a beard whore.
I'm a beard slut.
Ugh. But I will give Game of Thrones props. We're finally killing off major characters, which is what we all want. So, proud of you. Black Twitter's real mad at you, for the record. Dem Thrones was lit.
Dem Thrones was not happy.
They were not happy that you killed one of the few remaining black people on the show. But it was... I'm glad that we are getting to some actual drama, sort of.
Yeah, but
still not sure where it's all going.
Angering Black Twitter just is a bad idea.
No, it's not. They don't like that, and it was funny. T-Pain tweeting about Game of Thrones, pretty much T-Pain tweeting all the time, but T-Pain tweeting about Game of Thrones is like my favorite thing. He gets so dramatic about all of his takes. It's hilarious.
T-Pain was randomly in Manhattan, Kansas.
When?
I guess this weekend, when I was talking about Ty Pennington on Twitter, that's what I was talking about.
What?
They're like, tell us the most random people that you've ever seen in Aggieville in celebration of T-Pain being in Aggieville at Kites.
That's crazy. Ever since he did The Masked Singer, he's like taken a total like 180 on his career, and I'm really liking it because like he's being like really relatable to everybody, and like awesome. I loved
him doing the purple bed commercials.
I don't think I saw those.
He just like, hey guys, it's T-Pain. I love this mattress, and they're only paying me a little bit to tell you that, but I actually like it. And I was like, yes.
That's funny.
And he like was like, the most comfortable, and like him and his wife like were just gloating about how incredible this mattress was. I was like, this is the type of advertising I want.
Yes, like this is real. That's what I mean. We've been talking about that how long? Like the world wants real now, so that's what we're going for.
That's why I'm an influencer, but only of hula hands and Olathe bathrooms. So
that dress is really pretty though.
Well, thank you. And you were looking like a cute little elf this weekend. What were you doing with your cosplay stuff?
I just did a couple elf shoots in the hotel for no reason. I mean, not no reason. I got a suite hotel so that I could do some things, and then I used none of it.
You were sitting at a
I like
desk from
sat
what
on
I
a
saw.
couch. I was on a couch
Okay,
for literally all of them, and I was like, yeah, well, this works.
that's
The
incredible.
the lighting or like the bedding of the room was not white. It was like brown, and so like it didn't really fit the vibe that I wanted.
Well, and then you have like the little like the blonde and the dark hair. I don't know, is that black or brown?
It was black, yeah.
Then I was like, you should put them both together when you're done with them and be Cruella Deville. I was like, I will be here for this.
Yes, I'll just like cut them down the middle and sew them.
Perfect.
Perfect. I think I still have a Cruella. I did Cruella for Halloween like 4 years ago, so I probably still have that wig somewhere.
That's incredible.
Somewhere.
So with the idea of this coming week, what do we have coming up? I know it's NASCAR, obviously, this weekend. What other stuff do you have coming up this week?
That is pretty much it that I know of. We will be doing obviously our show Wednesday and Friday. We have NASCAR this weekend. We have all weekend passes. So there's the truck race on Friday, and then it's a night race at Kansas Speedway. So those are the main things that I have going on. We have a lot of people coming in and out of town this week, friends and things. So we will be quite out and about, I believe.
Oot in a boot.
Oot and a boot.
I have
No, I lied.
the
It's next weekend they're coming in town.
yeah,
Never
but
mind.
I have Leewood Chamber of Commerce, like the Lincoln happy hour with a DJ and also 2 food trucks that I would like to
Cool.
eat at the entire time. Just stuff myself. It's like one is a grilled cheese truck and one is a melted chocolate like dessert truck, and I'm like,
Hot damn.
we'll be there.
Heck yeah.
So that's going to be Lathe Lincoln on Wednesday if you guys want to come out. And then they're going to be slinging wine from Stone Pillar Vineyards out there. Our buddy
Okay.
Logan will be there bartending. And ladies, he's single and likes to take you on romantic dates. So
Really? Do you know a story behind that?
I do, and I'm not going to tell it because I don't know him that well. It's not my
Damn
story to
it.
tell. You'll just have to ask him about it. Ask him about his romantic behaviors.
Okay.
Oh, that's all.
Okay.
He's pretty fun.
Logan.
Logan, yep. But yeah, so I do have to bounce out of here a little bit early because I'm going to be fighting traffic going up to the casino because I have to go pick up those tickets. So I'm going to go get a jump on that. But then Wednesday we're going to be in talking a lot more. I think we're going to focus a little bit more on sports on Wednesday, but we'll see because there's a lot of stuff going on that like we didn't even get to that's still funny. So I just enjoy being able to talk shit about Game of Thrones and like have an outlet to it because the theories were getting too much for me.
Well, and it's just like, come on, the memes are killer. You have to. Everybody's watching it. It's basically a sport. It's probably more watched than any of the sports out there, so
Yeah,
it counts.
I don't see. I mean, nothing's quite as entertaining until like they start like making sacrifices and battling with dragons and the NBA playoffs. I'll probably just stick to Game of Thrones on Sunday night.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, this is brought to you by Recovery Hydration Therapy, which we did not tell you at the beginning because Dim Thrones, baby. But you can give them a call, 816-877-6186, and have them come save you on all these upcoming events.
For real. We know you're all hungover from yesterday.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo and Dim Thrones. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. All right, guys. Well, we will be back on Wednesday, and we'll see you then.
Bye.